Hello, my name is Nigel Williams, and I'm a black man in Canada. Growing up here, I did not see myself represented in a positive light in any source of media. So with this project, I was determined to show the greatest minds and creatives that this country has ever seen. Join me now in these Melanistic conversations. Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Melanistic Conversations. I'm your host, Nigel, and we are here today with Diana Webley from Kumba. This organization is doing big things, and we'd like to have a discussion with her. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
That's fantastic. Tell us a bit of your background and introduction to the arts. How does one become a senior producer?
Oh, wow. Okay. Was introduced to Harbourfront Center almost 18 years ago, believe it or not. Um,
Okay,
my passion comes from being a choreographer just in my young days, having a hip hop dance group, and also being a musician, play the trumpet and the piano. And I
nice.
wanted to find a way to, share arts with everyone. So I would say back in the day from doing like talent shows, just rogue, finding a way of being certified and doing that and also finding our voices on stages that I haven't seen before. So got into the Humber program in arts management and yeah, interned with Harbourfront Center and I haven't left. So I've done internships to artistic associate to project coordinator to now senior producer and interim manager. So
Okay.
17 years.
Okay. You know what? I am also a musician and a singer, and so I relate to that. I relate to that. Does your cultural background influence your perspective and direction in building a festival of this nature?
Oh, that's a great question. I come from Jamaican, Chinese, and Indian ancestry, so, I would say, yeah. I lived in the East, and I also lived in the West End in Toronto, so whether it is a Caribbean culture, Filipino culture, street culture, um, it definitely influences, my perspective on what is brought to the table.
That's awesome. That's that's really what we look for different Black creators and people like that. The organization is Kumba. What does that stand for?
So the organization's Harbourfront Center and the festival
Harbourfront
is called Kuumba. And
Festival.
so Kuumba is it just means creativity in Swahili. And so we are looking to have various forms of creatives, whether they're producers, no matter what genre, come together and just express um, their culture through various art forms.
Okay. Well, how do you think, or how would you describe your creative process in curating this show? Like, what is the strategy for selecting the artwork and or the performers, etc.?
Yeah, so Harbourfront Center is so big, and we're so grateful that through COVID, it's a collaborative effort. So our various departments, whether that's the power plant, whether it's our performing arts department, our literary department, our educational department, we have all bonded together to produce various parts of Kumba, which is why it looks even more robust this year in terms of the virtual offerings as well as the in-person offerings. Because I don't know if you know, Toronto recently just got the okey doke to have in-person performances, talks, etc. So half of Kumba was essentially virtual, which was still amazing, still great. We were able to put, funds into artist pockets that definitely deserve and need it. But to speak to the creativity side, the all of the curation and the organization happens many moons before it's delivered. It's all about how everything is delivered as a package to celebrate Kumba. So, in the spirit of Kumba and being creative and having those creativity pieces or nuggets, we have partnered with various departments to bring in a holistic vision. So we look to Black futures, we look to Black excellence, no matter what genre it's coming from, and also pushing the history further. So we know where we're coming from, where are we going now? And while still educating our youth.